Hi, Daoud. It's good to have you with us today. We want to get to know you a little bit better. So tell us a bit about your local church.
So rather than having one home church, I actually have two home churches. One is right here in Cardiff, where I live, and the second is in Swansea, which is about an hour's drive from here. And those are both very unique fellowships because they're not just a standard Methodist church. We are a South Asian fellowship. It's the Cardiff and Swansea Urdu Hindi Fellowship. So we worship twice a month in Cardiff and twice a month in Swansea in the Urdu, Hindi, and Punjabi languages. And so that's a very unique sort of church. It's not something that you come across usually within the Methodist church. And so it's a really fun experience. So along with going to English fellowships throughout Wales and ministering with my father, we also attend our Urdu fellowship in Swansea and Cardiff. And through that, I have had very good experiences. I have been able to uh, lead devotion in the Wales Synod, and we have also been able to uh, take a study tour to Israel of young children. And that was a great experience and something that was very close to my heart because the whole process for that, because before we left for Israel, we did fundraisers throughout Wales where we raised money for our trip. And once we went to Israel and we came back, we also went and presented again to the Synod to show them everything we did, thank them for their efforts. So that was something very fun and something that's very unique to our church. And being able to stand up in front of the Wales Synod and uh, deliver a presentation and lead devotion in front of all those ministers was a great experience for me and something that really boosted my confidence as an individual.
No, that sounds absolutely brilliant. What else do you like to get involved with in your local church?
So in my local church, both in Cardiff and Swansea, I am on the choir and I'm a drummer. So every Sunday in both of the churches, whenever we're doing worship, I'm on the drums. And if usually when we have any special events like Christmas programs, Easter conferences, something like that, and usually we do choir practices. And so for that, I'm pretty much the tech guy. I'm the sound guy, and I help to lead the choir in practices as well once we do that. And not only in the choir, but outside of the worship itself, I'm involved in the kind of the stewardship of the church. So I'm a church steward, and with that, there's a lot of responsibilities that come with setting up the church, closing up after worship, um, during the services if we're ever using. So again, like I said, any tech equipment, any sound systems, projections, anything like that, I'm involved in that. And after the church, just in church offerings or accounts, stuff like that, that is also a huge responsibility that I have, that I'm a part of. And when it comes to leading in worship, again, not only in the our Cardiff and Swansea Urdu Hindi fellowships, but also in regular churches whenever we're traveling. Whenever I go to any churches around Wales, I have often been able to lead in all age worship, leading of prayers and Bible readings. So yeah, it's been a great experience just being involved in the Methodist Church since such a young age where I've had so much, learned so much. It's helped me develop my character as an individual as I've grown up within the church.
That's all sounds absolutely amazing. You've had some really great experience. I
Yeah.
just sort of wanted to wrap up really, and I know that you talked about your year focusing around sort of equality and diversity in the church. As you hopefully, if we imagine a future where you're elected to be youth president, how would you like children and young people to get on board with your theme?
Well, as we look at the whole of the UK right now, the UK is one of the most diverse countries in the world. We have people from every city, every place you go to, there is people from various nationalities, backgrounds, countries, different cultures and customs, but they're all integrated into one. And in society, that is a huge thing these days, that just no one is viewed as being different to one another. Everyone is the same, even though they have different backgrounds, different cultures. When it comes to a thing that they're part of together, everyone exactly the same. And so one way I would try to work with involving other people into the churches, not only in Sunday services, but many of our children, especially in the Sunday school age and even just in a youth age, they have friends or family friends or just co-workers that who might be interested in the church, might not be interested in the church, or they just want some sort of fellowship, they just want some sort of meaning to life, but they necessarily don't want to come to church on a Sunday morning. I would work with churches to organize events within the week. It doesn't have to be straight up Bible study. It could just be fellowships or game nights or just student nights where we can provide food and just have just a place where they can come in within the church, feel welcomed, where people can bring their friends. And through that, we wouldn't necessarily invite them to come to church on a Sunday, but we'd open the doors of the church to them, show them how welcoming we are. And that would be a perfect way for us to minister to them slowly, evangelize to them, and just basically just show them the love of God, which could bring them into the family of Christ.
Dude, thank you so much. It's been great to speak with you this afternoon and to hear something of your passion and love for the church as well.
Thank you.